There has been a lot of hoopla around that tiny snippet of Rihanna and ASAP Rocky seemingly fighting in their car on the way home from the Met Gala. And I think a lot of folks are speculating negative things around their relationship. I don't think their relationship is necessarily in trouble. I'm speaking as someone who has been married 11 years, and I don't think that their brand as a couple is in trouble either. I'm going to explain why in this video, but before we get started, make sure you subscribe, like, comment, all of the good stuff. First of all, that seemed like a casual argument that I literally have with my husband. In fact, this morning he is not drinking enough water with his meals, and he was like, leave me alone, like I'm fine with my water. And I was like, but you could drink water with every meal. But if we would have filmed that, it would have looked so much worse. Like, oh my gosh, they're fighting about something major. Oh my gosh, oh gosh, they might separate. Oh gosh. But if you actually listen to what the argument was about, it was about him not drinking enough water. It looked like a regular fight. It could have been a fight about water, okay? Or it could have been about, he wasn't emotionally present when he needed to be, when she needed him to be, right? It could have been about that. But no matter what the fight was about, in general, when we zoom out, okay, we're not in their relationship, but as someone who has been in a marriage for 11 years, I will tell you, like, sometimes when we fight about something so silly, it looks so much more intense than it actually is. A lot of us feel like perhaps they're not equally yoked. I hate when people say this, but it's a thing, okay? I trust Rihanna, and I trust that she knows who to trust with her heart and who to trust with her legacy.
She's shining like a diamond, She's shining. Feels amazing, and don't nothing else compare. You hear me?
So that's the first thing when folks sort of criticize who women choose to spend the rest of their lives with, right? My first thing is, well, let's trust the woman more. Let's trust that maybe she has a clue, on who she wants to love and who she wants around her.
A woman will change your whole life, especially if it's a companion.
First of all, let's address the elephant in the room. Yes, he's got a lot of problematic histories and things. I mean, nothing crazy as, let's say, the other guy, okay? We will not name him because he does not deserve it. Yes, I'm still, once you put your hands on a woman, you are forever canceled in my book. You cannot come back from that. Anyway, but the elephant in the room with ASAP Rocky is the fact that he's a colorist, right? He's very much, and I'm not sure if that matters a whole lot to Rihanna, who's light skinned. You know what I mean? But she's still, it's interesting. It's layered here, right? Yes, he's a colorist, but comparing that to, say, the other guy, I don't think that's a major negative or a red flag for her, obviously, right? So there's that layer. On the other hand, she's not affected by colorism, but she understands the effects of it in the fact that she created a makeup line with 40 shades, right? So she understands that representation matters. She understands that inclusivity matters, even though her husband might be or used to be a colorist. So it's nuanced. It's never one thing, and I think we should give Rihanna a lot of grace when we are criticizing the person that she chose to spend the rest of her life with. like, we can be a fan of her and still like not like him, for sure. But there is a line that we shouldn't cross, because then we're disrespecting her because she chose him. Am I making sense? I don't know. But let me know if you agree or disagree here. I don't know. Even though Rihanna is on such a higher level in terms of her celebrity status, but I wouldn't say she moves like a traditional celebrity, whatever that is, right? And he certainly does not move like a traditional celebrity either. So they have that sort of contrarian thing about them, radical creative freedom about them. We see that in their fashion. We see that in their music. We see that in how they move in the world. Separate from the fact that they're both Caribbean, they have a lot in common internally, like as two creative who respect, you know, art and fashion and music. They have a culturally and sonically rich relationship as two creatives and as two people who are in love and starting a family and, you know, and building a legacy together. We give a lot of credit to Rihanna and her fashion sensibility, right? But we also forget that ASAP Rocky is very, very similar. He has incredible street style, and they share that in common. This is gonna sound crazy. He's not your average rapper. He moves more like a curator, and I think they both move that way in the world. So I think that his value in the relationship is not money. It's not popularity either. Rihanna has those in spades. I think his, or one of his value in their relationship is the fact that he has that creative and that fashion credibility. Before he met Rihanna, mind you, before they met. And the fashion world respects ASAP Rocky and his brand and his whole crew, in fact. And I think Rihanna really, really likes that about him. I think she really likes herself a fashionable man. So I really like using the rule of 3 for my client projects. So I will use it here for this couple. On the one hand, with Rihanna, I would say her rule of 3, let me look at my notes, is she has, and I said this already, emotional confidence. She has that in spades. She has inclusivity as luxury, which is an incredible thing. Like, that is just my favorite style of branding. Like, make it inclusive, and then you can, anyway. And then she has a scalable ecosystem. She's got the lingerie, she's got makeup line, she's got perfume, she's got a bunch of things. And with ASAP Rocky, he also has 3 brand pillars himself. He's got the controlled chaos. He's got the controlled mystery, or maybe that's one in the same. I don't know. He's got the cultural credibility in spades, especially in the fashion world. And that really, really matters to Rihanna, a lot more than we all give him credit for. The energies can feel like they might clash a little bit, which is why folks feel like, you know, he's not on her level or something like that, because it can feel a bit like a clash, but I see it more as a symbiotic relationship, and I think that's why it works for them. And I think that is why their relationship branding works better than a lot of other celebrity couples, even though they don't seem equally yoked or on the same level or whatever. I think because of their complementary, symbiotic, all of those things, it really, really works for them. I will say this in every video. I will repeat myself in every video. Relationship branding works, and healthy relationships, healthy marriages work if the individuals can remain exactly that. When you're not meshed or enmeshed as a singular unit. When you can coexist and work as a unit, yes, that's necessary, but still remain or still maintain your individual identity. That is so critical. And they do this so well while still complementing each other, which is one of the reasons why they are an aspirational couple brand. When couples are too emotionally enmeshed, sorry, I gotta move my foot. Their branding can seem repetitive, emotionally flat, because it's the same thing, and it can feel codependent, even if that's not what they mean, or even if that's not how they actually are. What makes this couple incredibly fascinating to me is their approach to love and relationship, as well as their approach to branding, as well as their approach to business. Obviously, Rihanna has mastered scale with Fenty, with multiple Fenty lines. She's a billionaire now, or like for years now. So she's mastered scale on one hand, and ASAP Rocky on the other hand has mastered, I would say, cultural credibility in terms of, the East Coast vibe and style. He has that in spades. But together they create such a culturally rich and intriguing and aspirational couple brand. So AWGE or AWGE is intentionally elusive. It's intentionally multi-layered and multifaceted. That's what that is. Because they have that intentional creative freedom in their branding, they can also have that creative freedom in their execution and in their work as well, right? So they have work in music, in fashion, visuals, branding, collaborations, campaigns, creative direction. They do a whole lot more, etc. Okay? And because of this, they have incredible flexibility. But more than that, the ambiguity gives them that cultural prestige. So that cultural prestige is necessary to balance out the street style of everything else that they do. Fenty, on the other hand, is the opposite. It's highly scalable, it's global, right? Whereas AWGE is definitely a New York City creative agency. It's very New York City, undeniable. Fenty is global. It's global, it's commercial, and it's emotionally resonant with a lot of people, especially a lot of women around the world. But obviously, Fenty is also an ecosystem. There's the skincare, there's beauty/makeup, there's lingerie, and recently there's perfume. And did I say fashion? There's fashion as well. So here's the thing. Individually, they have brand ecosystems, and as a couple, they operate as a brand ecosystem. The two of them as a couple have creative influence plus commercial infrastructure. And I think that is the future of influencing, of celebrity culture, of branding, of really all of the things, as we have seen a little bit with Bezos, donating to the Met, and there was a lot of hoopla about that. But it makes sense that the creative influence, not for nothing, is a real cultural asset that, yeah, you can actually buy. But anyway, that is another conversation for another day. I feel like Rihanna and Rocky feel so culturally powerful compared to a lot of other celebrity couples. And from a branding lens, they're one of my favorites because of really three major reasons. Again, I like using the rule of three. The fact that they have individual identities, that's number one. They have a shared narrative, whether that is symbiotic or not, it feels aligned. And they have ecosystem strategies. And I feel like that combination is incredibly hard to navigate, and it's hard to imitate. Shout out to Olandrians, okay? Sidebar. What is your favorite Rihanna album? Mine, I actually have two favorites. My two favorites are Rated R and Anti. Yes, Anti is emotionally rich and mature. She's more settled in her womanhood. She's more self-assured, all of those things. But I feel like Rated R represented for her and for a lot of us, her fans, that pivotal moment for her where she sort of like was peeling the layers of her womanhood. And she was a lot more experimental in that album than she was in Anti. But with Anti, musically, she was just so much more mature. Thank you so much for helping me reach 1K subscribers. There's over 1,000 of you now, so I appreciate you. Thank you. If you're new here, hi, I'm shy now. It's nice to meet you. Before I go, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And yeah, I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.